I'm Heather Dakota. I'm the Mystic Moon Mother, and I thought I would introduce myself to everybody today because, some of you don't know me, and some of you do. Some of you don't know me very well, so I thought I'd tell you a little bit about me. Um, let's do a blessing first. So I have my sage here. And Crow has been outside my window all day, so this little feather is in honor of him. It's my crow feather, and I'm blessing with sage. This is for all of you. When Crow always teaches us that our voice is true, so for me as well. So may Great Spirit and Crow help you speak your truth as I'm about to speak mine. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about me. So I have been doing earth medicine for, a very long time. I would say I was about 5 years old when I started having visions and, really, really embracing what earth medicine is. I would sit out in the meadows and talk to the trees, and I would listen to their stories, and I would write them down. And I was doing this as soon as I was able to write. Then, when I was about 8 years old, I had a near-death experience where I had pneumonia. I had viral pneumonia, which is very serious. And during this time period, I don't remember a whole lot. We were moving from Oklahoma to the Southwest to Arizona. And over this car trip, I remember absolutely nothing except going inward and finding out what was on this inner landscape. And it was a little scary for an 8-year-old. There were a lot of things that I didn't understand, and there was no reference for me. My parents certainly were not of the mystic variety or hippie type. So my visions were simply written off from the fever. Then when we got to the Southwest, I started having mystical experiences again that I could not explain and that nobody could explain for me. So I've had to live with this my entire life. One of them was when I started receiving animal medicine. I was walking home from school, and I see this branch laid out across the road. And it's a dirt road, middle of nowhere. And the branch and the trees that we had around were pinon pines and juniper and scrub. I mean, there was really nothing around there that would have a branch that would lay across the entire road. And as I got closer, I saw the diamond patterns. And I realized that what I was coming face to face with was a western diamondback that was about as big around as my thigh and was stretched across the entire road. I was scared to death. So I got a little closer and a little closer, and it never moved. And then I realized that the snake had actually been run over by a car. And I got closer and closer, and it was definitely dead. And I put my hands down on a snake, and I absolutely bawled. I was so frightened for my own life, and yet I was more concerned that that snake was dead, and I had my hands on that snake. Then I hopped over it. I ran all the way home with dirt and tears running down my face, and I got there. I changed my clothes quickly, and I ran back out to see this snake one more time. I could not have been gone more than 10 minutes. When I got back there, the snake was gone. It was nowhere to be seen. Now, I definitely saw that the snake had been run over. It was flattened in one area. There is no way within 10 minutes that that snake would have been moved because nobody goes down this dirt road. And there is no way that the snake would have gone. So the only explanation I have as an adult is that I came face to face with one of my power animals. The other experience was in this same time period. It was probably only a few weeks later. I was riding my bike through this little neighborhood, and there were not a whole lot of houses in this area, and there were definitely none in the cul-de-sac that we had. And so I was riding my bike into this cul-de-sac, and a dog-like creature. It was huge. It was not what I would consider a coyote. And if it was a coyote, it was probably the biggest one I've ever seen. And it was more what I felt like a wolf. And it was kind of loping across the road. And it turned its head toward me and just smiled. And I was stopped dead in my tracks watching this animal come across the road, smiling at me, and then going on. And the only explanation that I have for that as well was that, again, I came face to face with a power animal. This one has been with me my entire life. It is a trickster among tricksters. And that's why I am donning my coyote ears. Thank you, Pixie Lighthorse. Because I do have that trickster medicine. So that leads me to this next part. It is the full moon tonight. It is the 12th of January, 2017. And I feel called to pull a card for everybody. So I have my Earth Magic deck here. And I'm just going to pull one card, and I'm going to choose it by using my crow feather. I've already mixed up this deck, so I have my deck here. And we are just going to, wherever I feel, I'm kind of holding the feather lightly. Ooh, right in there. Okay, so let me feel with my left hand here. Your left hand is going to be the one that receives energy. So, oh yeah, super strong right in here. It's this card. I have not seen this myself, so we have the lotus flower and unfoldment. And as you can see, the sun, oh, I got a glare here. There we go. Unfoldment. The sun is coming out from the clouds, and the flower is blossoming. Water for feminine energy. There's a big, strong feminine energy around this card. Let me turn it that way, maybe? No. Even the clouds look like waves to me. It looks like a feminine body with the breasts, and there's a lot of blue in here as well, and the blue is signifying, again, the voice. So perhaps it is that the collective in this group is needing a little care around the voice or coming into your power. The unfoldment and the blossom. Peace and tranquility, and I still feel it here. It's still on the voice. The unfolding is coming from the voice this time. And I'm also wearing turquoise. That's my color and stone of choice. But this is for the collective. I'm feeling it very much up here, as well as here in the voice. And I would love to hear what you are feeling when you see this card. What does this reading mean to you? Yeah, what is this all about for you? And what does the trickster medicine have to do with this? I have both crow and coyote coming to me today. What does that all mean for you? So that was it. Unfoldment and the lotus flower. I'm not going to read it. I tend not to read what the book says unless it's really not clear for me. So that is your full moon reading. And a little introduction about me. I welcome any questions whatsoever. I am unfolding my new website under Mystic Moon Mother, and that will be coming very soon. And please ask any questions you want to know about me. I am not a big mystery, even though it seems like it. It's just I don't know what to answer if I don't know what the question is. So I'm going to leave you with a quote, one of my favorites. If you live life the way you want, you'll only have to live it once. And that's one of my favorites. So let's all get out there and really live life with peace and harmony and love. And I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video and my crazy coyote ears and strange introductions. And if you have any questions for me, please put them in the questions below or in the Facebook group underneath the video, and I will see you at the next gathering. Mwah!